Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Yashashwini from Sri Venkateshwara College of Engineering, Bangalore. In this video, I am going to discussing about the subject database management system, and my topic is entity types, sets, attributes, roles and structural constraints, weak entity types. Let us go to the introduction to entity types and sets. In a database management system, an entity type represents a category of real-world objects with common properties. An entity set is a collection of similar entities. Entities are represented by rows in database table. Understanding attributes. Attributes are characterized are properties that describe an entity. Each entity type has a set of attributes that define its properties. Attributes are represented as columns in a database table. Exploring roles and relationships. Roles define the part that an entity plays in her relationship with another entity. Relationship establish common connection between entities based on their roles. Roles helps in understanding the nature of interaction between entities. Overview of structural constraints. Structural constraints define the rules that govern the relationship between entities. They ensure data integrity and consistency in the database. Example of structural constraints including cardinality and participation constraints. Cardinality constraints. Cardinality constraints specifies the number of instances of weak entity that can be associated with the number of instances of another entity. Common cardinality types include one-to-one, one-to-many, and many-to-many. Cardinality constraints help in designing efficient database schemas. Here we can see the example. Key and participation constraints are special cases of cardinality constraint which restrict the number of entities given entity can be related to. And this is the example. Participation constraints. Participation constraints define the minimum and maximum participation of an entity in a relationship. Total participation means every entity in an entity set must participate in a relationship. Partial participation allows some entities to be optional in a relationship. Participation constant. Does every department have a manager? This is a participation constant. That participation of department in manager is said to be a total. Every department entity must be related to the least one employee entity, the manager relationship. And this is the example for participation constraints. Introduction to weak entity types. A weak entity type does not have enough attributes to form a primary key on its own. It relies on a related strong entity to provide a partial or total key. Weak entity types are identified their dependency on another entity for identification. The existence of weak entity type depends on the existence of a strong entity set. It must relate to the strong entity type, a relationship type called identifying relationship. The primary key of weak entity set is formed by the primary key of its strong entity type plus a weak entity type discriminator attribute. Here this is an example. Identifying weak entities. Weak entities are represented by double rectangles in an ER diagram. They are linked to their identifying strong entity through a identifying relationship. Weak entities can't exist without the presence of their identifying strong entity. Example of weak entity type. Consider a room entity that depends on a building entity for identification. The room entity may have attributes like room number but can't unique identify. A room without the building it belongs to In this case, room is a weak entity type. Design consideration for weak entities. When designing database with weak entities, ensure that the identifying relationship is well defined. Use composite key to represent the combination of keys from the weak and strong entities. Handle cascading deletes carefully to maintain referential integrity. Implementing weak entities in database management system. In database management system, weak entities are typically implemented using composite keys. The primary key of a weak entity includes the primary key of identifying strong entity. The relationship between the weak and strong entities is maintained through foreign key constants. Advantages of using weak entities. Weak entities helps in modeling complex real-world scenarios where entities rely on their entities for identification. They improve data organization by establishing clear relationship between entities. Using weak entities can lead to more accurate and efficient database designs. Challenges of weak entities. Managing dependencies between weak and strong entities can be complex. Ensuring data consistency and integrity becomes crucial when dealing with weak entities. Proper documentation and understanding of the relationship are essential for maintaining the database. Conclusion. Entity types, sets, attributes, roles, and structural constants plays a vital role in designing effective database schemas. Understanding the concept of weak entity type is important for modeling relationship that involves dependency. By incorporating these concepts, database designer can create robust and efficient database systems. Thank you for watching.